Ballinrobe Community Radio.
On the mic for you later on. Will I help you take that off?
There's a will, there's a way.
Good. Very good. So you're going to go to Headford on that, are you?
Yes.
For the road race later on. There's Maria, our Rose of Tralee. And... Sorry?
Here you are. No, wait, no.
Yeah, sorry, Paddy. Turn it on there.
There you go.
Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Maria,
Good morning.
Where's your other half?
I actually don't know if my worst half. I'm actually so tired
Hold
of
on.
waiting for an escort to arrive. Ah, here he comes.
Oh, good Lord. Let him in there, Tom, behind you. Yes, he's gone.
Thank God he's leaving again.
He's going, he's leaving. He's leaving. What happened, Maria?
I'm just waiting for him to get the child.
Just be careful. Can we let him in here?
He doesn't even know how to drive a
Can we
car.
let him in here easy? Oh, good Lord.
Ryan Tubridy, everybody.
Hold on, Ryan.
Oh, sir, you're welcome. This is me. Hold on. What happened?
I just had to stop in Clonbur to get some wine gums, and I'm okay now, so thank you. I'm here.
What brought you by Clonbur?
Well, I heard there was a shearing competition, and I needed a cut, so you would have seen me an hour ago. It was very shaggy, but I'm okay now.
But she left you.
Oh, she left me she left me standing, but this is something she does, leaves me out standing in my field.
You never knew your own land at all. You never knew your end of the ground at all.
But if I did,
So
I wouldn't tell anyone.
you grabbed the bike, and who did you take the bike from?
I grabbed the bike from, who did I grab the bike from?
Martin.
Oh, Martin.
Oh, the High Nelly man.
Marty of the High Nellies, he custom made this for me because he said, well, where's my one?
Here behind you.
This one. He made that one because it's a little flask with whiskey in it, so because he heard about me, and he gave this one to Maria because clearly, as you can see from the front of the bike, she's a basket case, so she's sorted.
They don't give up today, Shepard. Okay, you're here in Cong. You're very welcome to. But you're not a stranger to Cong.
No, I love coming to Cong, and anytime because I work in a kind of crazy world in the late show and RT and everything, so when I need to get away from the madness of Dublin and media, and I just head west of the Shannon, and then as soon as I head beyond Galway City, my shoulders start to drop inch by inch, and the closer I get to here and any part of Connemara, I just relax and go, excellent. When I come to places like Cong, Clifton, or anywhere in Connemara, generally the welcome you get and the reaction you get is, you're not that bad.
No.
That's nice.
Would you deem yourself now as a dulce or a culture? What would you say?
I'm still a gobshite, but I think that's with a better class of one.
Now we have agreement.
Yeah, well, look, Maria will tell you, no matter where you, what parts of the world you come from, when you come to Mayo or Galway particularly, it's different. And my dad was born in Oranmore in Galway, and his father was born in Ballinrobe in Carrow. So I'd like to consider myself kind of my birth starts in Dublin, but my heart is in the West.
Okay, well, you're always welcome here.
Thank you so much.
Get on with it, as the fella says. Well,
Let's do stuff.
have a seat.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And I have that, Ryan, just in case you go through with it. Not used to these things, right?
You may not be used to it. It's hard to know. Okay, just a quick few words. We said we'd say to you on hands and what we do and why the ceremony and what hands are all about. If you look back on it in time, hands, we have limp handshakes. What sort of a handshake? See that what sort of a handshake is that lady, right? Noel might have a good handshake.
Gently. Oh, a good strong handshake here from Dublin as well. So there is.
Just competitive. There's also creative hands like Michelangelo.
Yeah, Picasso.
And Harry Picasso. Well, we have our own Picasso here, of course.
We have our own Picasso here.
And the Harry Clark windows, if you visit the church here, promise the Harry Clark windows, all fabulous work done by hand, right?
Just for talking about Picasso, we'd like to just thank the lads that painted the house here for us. We had a funny kind of a colour on it before, so that's only after being done. And we'd like to thank the lodge at Ashford for the painters, Terence and Michael, for doing a nice job on the paddy. So their hands was being creative. Their hands were being creative as well, so they were.
We've also, when you think of it, we've got hands in competitive hands. You've got the likes of Katie Taylor, Rory McIlroy. Who else we got there, right?
Henry Shefflin.
Willie Joe Padden.
We have the O'Shea brothers. So we have Maria herself, Paddy, was very great and competitive with playing football for the EGA. She played football for the Leeds, so she did. And I think at underage she did a bit with Mayo. Did you, Maria?
Don't listen to that. Ray, last night you told me I said I wasn't the greatest at football, and you said, but you play with great heart, which means I was a horrible footballer. You showed up all the time.
I know she was fairly good. Any of the girls that came up against her, they didn't pass her.
She's also good at picking papers and stuff and things like that too when she gets her hands going. Very good. By the way...
Oh, sorry, Paddy. Sorry, Paddy. Just while you're talking. Yes, this is your bill, Paddy. You never paid her. You never paid Maria, Paddy, for that time. How old are you that time, Maria? 12 or 13. There you are, Paddy. There's a bill. If you accumulate a small bit.
That's not 24 years ago, is it?
It is, yeah, Paddy. And that has actually kind of gone up, Paddy. It's €500 on it now.
Well,
It was only £10 that time.
Vincent said he'd look after that day.
I even put it in a brown envelope so there'll be no...
There'll be no brown envelopes.
There'll be no problem with it. So you can put the money in there, Paddy. So you can.
We'll look after that later on, I promise, don't worry about that. Medical hands, Maurice Nelligan, if people remember him, or Dr. Tim Regan locally, or Christian Bernard, all people, again, with hands, the theme is.
Musical Paddy there as well.
It is, of course,
Strauss. Sharon Shannon, Strauss, and our own Stephen Murphy, which is playing there earlier on for you. Very musical hands again as well. So we have.
When we think of food, people create very lovely food dishes with their hands. We've Nevin Maguire, Derry Clark, Doreen Allen, and of course our own Jonathan Kane, who just spoke about the master chef at the Lodge in Oxford.
Backhands, Paddy. Any of them lads behind you know anything about backhands rather than... Oh, tennis, Paddy. Tennis we're talking about.
Tennis,
Paddy. Tennis. Backhands and the tennis, sorry.
Roger's Feathers, backhand. That's the one.
Round envelope. Yeah.
I suppose they're also a method of welcoming people to an area, to a village, or to say goodbye to them or wave goodbye. So you can do lots of things with hands, okay? But what we hope we've done with the hands that we've selected is to create a lasting impression here on the Hands of Fame wall, and later on we'll get the crew to unveil them, okay? But what we would love to do now next, Ray, where we're going to go to the chairman of the festival committee.
Introduce our chairman.
Mr. Patrick Luskin. I do call him Luskin. I don't know why he calls him Luskin. He might explain that to you himself.
That's the Dublin version of it, Paddy.
Oh, I see.
That's the Dublin version.
Anglicised version of it, I see.
It's inside the pale.
Oh.
So it is. So, Paddy, will we bring Patrick on to say a few words?
Patrick Luskin, if you're there, please, would you step forward or step 5 or 6 and say a few words? You have no microphone, Patrick? No headset. You've no headset? Headphone. But we got to...
We're live here.
There you go. Walk away.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome to Cong, and what a beautiful morning we have here today. I have to say, Trevor and myself and a few of the lads here were putting on literally the top stones of this wall yesterday. Sheets of rain coming down on top of us, and I have to admire and praise Trevor. And Trevor is here with us today as well. Thank you for that. So I speak to you today in the shadow of a building which is 800 years old. I mean, look up at that beautiful abbey there. If those walls could tell stories, I can tell you. I've been talking to Ryan last night and met Maria. We're talking how we all loved history. And this village of Cong, I mean, is steeped in history. You can go all the way back to the 6th century indeed. But this abbey goes back to the 12th century. The last High King of Ireland spent the last 15 years of his life living in that building there. You can't get much more history than that. But the stones, I don't think those stones came from McGrath's or Judge. Were you around at that time? No.
Clark's. Came from Clark's.
Okay. But on a more serious note, look at the Cong Festival Committee was founded in 2010, and I think we've achieved an awful lot in that time. Very briefly, just I want to mention the names of the committee. We have Olga over here, and thank you, Olga, for the breakfast this morning. That's from Leibniz. We have Sharon, our postmistress. Sharon is looks after our local post office, which thankfully we still have one of them in the village, and we'll try and keep it that way, lads, if we can, won't we? Yeah.
Come on, Paddy.
And of course we have Helena from Danaher's Hotel here beside us. We're all coming together now. We have Mairead from the lodge at Ashford Castle. We couldn't do without Mairead. And Mairead actually is a go-between, if you like, between our committee, Ashford Castle, and the lodge at Ashford Castle. A very important partnership to keep going as we go forward. Ray McHugh needs very little introduction. John Joe has been talking about retiring. I definitely think Ray is going to be the next Mayor of Cong.
I couldn't take that title, John Joe. I couldn't take that title.
Now,
That's not what you said last
Paddy
night.
Rock is famous. He came down from Dublin with a few pence in his pocket
He ran
a
him
few
out of
years
Dublin.
ago. He said he was staying a week and he's still here.
And I've nothing.
He got a bit of land back in Ardon handy enough when he married Mary. And here he is today looking after sheep and everything. You name it, Paddy has it. Okay. Liam. We have Liam Flanagan here as well. Of course, Liam works up in Danhurst too. And we have Robert from the bookshop. Have any of you been to the bookshop in Cong? It's one of the best bookshops, I would say, in the country.
Oh, yes.
Here you go.
Here
you go. He has Ryan's book, Ryan Tubridy's book here as well. They have a bargain going, I think. Yeah. I'll tell you they'll be going up after this, right? Yeah, so you better buy one today.
They're gone up.
And then, of course, Dara is a local artist. Where's Dara? He's with us somewhere. Dara is here. He's a local artist. He does all sorts of painting and all that kind of stuff and everything else. So,
Easy now, Pat.
right, we won't go into that. But look at it. This today is all about the Hands of Fame. Now, back in 2011, we brought Maureen O'Hara here to Cong, and I mean, that was some achievement. I think we had 5,000 people here that day. It was just unbelievable. She had John Wayne's daughter and granddaughter with her. But we came up with a new idea. And you know, us Irish, we're a little bit slow to praise each other and to give credit for the work that has been done. And this is what this is all about. We have our Hands of Fame here, of course. And we couldn't think of anybody any better than Mr. Ryan Tubridy and Maria here, of course, because they're two young, vibrant people. They have energy. See, you can't take the praise. That's just what I said.
You must be talking about Maria,
You
Paddy,
can't
when you
take the
mentioned
praise. Young, vibrant, good-looking. Maybe Maria's a little bit more good-looking. Good-looking people. And more youthful. Okay. But here are two people that are on. They've already achieved so much, but they've so much more to achieve as well. And that's what we like in this committee. We like to see young people getting on. But you know what? They can get on and they can still come back and talk to us in Cong. That's what I like about it most. And I would hope going forward that they would be two ambassadors for the village of Cong. And they're delighted to have them here, to be honest. And I have to say that this was Paddy Rock's idea. I don't know why there isn't any sheep involved, but this was Paddy Rock's idea, the Hands of Fame, and what a good idea it is. I'm not going to hold you too much longer, guys, but just say to thank you to everyone involved in this whole thing. If I've left anyone out, I do apologise. I'd like to welcome all our local politicians, by the way, here. So you have Damien Ryan, and you have Eamon O'Keefe, and you have Michael. Michael is going to be the... Michael Holmes, I'm sorry, Michael. It's going to be the new Cahirla, is the new Cahirla perhaps already, of Mayo County Council, took over from our own Damien Ryan, John O'Mahony, TD, of course, and Vincent and Noreen, Maria's parents. And Vincent has a history in Cong too. And he used to work with my dad over in the workshop before he went to the States. So you're all very welcome. I'm sorry if I left anyone out, but I'm going to keep proceedings going. Thank you all very much.
Just a few people there, Paddy was thanking a few people. Once again, Stephen and Olga there for the breakfast and the accommodation. Trevor Grimes there with the stonework again. And the Lodge at Ashford again for the lads for painting the house and things like that. Thank you very much. Colour Trend, which sponsored the paint for us. Jerry McDonald and Keelan, which worked very hard getting the clay and stuff in here yesterday. So they did, along with Patrick, but I don't know where Patrick was yesterday. Were you here? Oh, he was here. He was probably at the back of the wall.
He was directing operations.
Danners for the tea and coffee later on, and everything else. Selena's been bringing tea and coffee up to the lads at the building the wall and things like that. So Trevor took so long at it, he was getting 2 minute tea breaks. So he was.
I'd also like to welcome along Helena and thank you for the lunch for Elizabeth Priven, Midwest Radio winner of our competition.
She's there somewhere, Paddy.
She's here, I think, in the ones. Hello, how are you getting on?
She's there, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the woman. So there is. And also, while we're thanking McGrath's for the stone, for the wall and the whole lot, and Noel Mannion again for his help here behind us that owns the house, temporary at the moment. So I just thank you to Noel. And Elizabeth and Trish are here with their photographers, and John Gannon. And Marty again for providing the chauffeur service again for Ryan and Maria. And Noel Kelly, which is here, hiding in the background, for getting Ryan here for us. And everything so he's. Thank you, Noel. And Noreen and Vincent as well, that Maria's parents again, thank you. So, Paddy, we'll just...
And of course, the man on camera there is John Gannon.
Yeah, well, I mentioned him, Paddy.
From the eye clinic.
Eye clinic?
Eye clinic.
Jeez, Paddy.
He's getting very good. Not just a phone shop. John will look after your phones, your laptops, everything from it. He's always been very receptive to any requests we put to him. So, John, thank you for getting up so early today and joining us here.
As John said earlier, that when the weather is bad, they're inside breaking their computers. And the weather is good, they're outside breaking their phones. So he's making money every side. We're going to ask Michael Holmes, and also we'd like to thank Tommy over there. He's there with the horse and everything. Thank you, Tommy. Sir Michael Holmes, the new Cathaoirleach Mayo County Council.
Thank you very much, and I'm certainly delighted to be here, and I just want to also welcome my colleagues, Deputy O'Keefe, Deputy O'Mahony and Councillor Damien Ryan, and of course our two guests here, the beautiful Marie, who is only from up the road, and Ryan there, who isn't quite as beautiful, but still. And definitely he won't be in the Tour de France, I can see that. So I don't know really what role there is for you, Ryan, but look, I'm sure you'll think about something.
Sure, you could try RTE, Michael.
I'm glad as Cathaoirleach of the county to be here today. It's an honour to be here at such a wonderful occasion. And by the way, I was delighted to hear, as a politician, there was a mention earlier on a brown envelope, because I always love to come to a place where they talk about brown envelope, because at least there's some hope, you know. Look, it is a fantastic day and a fantastic occasion, and look at this is an absolute wonderful initiative, and look at the lovely work of art that is there. I mean, you talk about the castle in I think maybe 700 or 800 years, this will be probably there, and there'll be somebody here talking about it, and that there was people by the name of McGrath who supplied the stone back there, the limestone. I don't want to delay you. I know you didn't come here to go listening to me. You wanted to enjoy the day and the beautiful, beautiful Cong village, which it is an absolute jewel in the crown, you know. But just one thing, Paddy Rock was the guy who asked me to come to this. But you know, he rang me last night, late yesterday evening, and he was in a bit of a panic really, because it was bucketing down rain, and he said, you know, would there be anything I could do about it, you know? So I said, look, I did make a phone call, you know. And I promised him that I'd do my best, so thankfully I got a text back from above this morning early that it was going to be fine. So you know, I'm glad I was able to do that for you, Paddy. Look, it's a wonderful day. Enjoy the day, enjoy what is happening. It's a great initiative. The thing that has been thought up by the festival committee here in Cong, and long may it live, and eventually there will be a plaque right the way around that wall. Probably I won't be here to see it, but however it'll happen. And again, thanks to everybody, and enjoy the day.
Well done, Michael. Thank you. Just thinking, Ray, when you said you got a call from above, I didn't know when to done text. I wasn't too sure about that one.
Just on that also, we'd like to thank Morley's Garden Centre in Ballinrobe for the lovely display of flowers that's here in the wall for us. So it's absolutely brilliant. Again, thank you to Morley's that put all the plants in yesterday.
Okay, it's generally one man in and one man out, or one person in and one person out. Our outgoing Cathaoirleach, who was a great privilege to work with him for his office, term of office. Would you welcome, please, the local man, not too far up the road, Mr. Damien Ryan, please.
Thank you, Damien.
Thanks very much, and I've been warned to be very brief, but there are a few things that I would like to say. The first thing I want to do is welcome the new Cathaoirleach of Mayo County Council here to Cong, and I think to his first official engagement in South Mayo, Michael Holmes, and I have no doubt that he'll be an excellent ambassador for the county for the year ahead. I want to welcome our special guest, Maria Walsh, who's just up the road from us, and who has been a fantastic ambassador for the west of Ireland and indeed for the country over the last 12 months, and I must say she has done fantastic work and has really opened up the whole concept of the Rose of Tralee. I want to also welcome Ryan Tubridy, who's no stranger to Cong, and many times over the national airwaves has done more than his fair share in promoting this part of the country, and I suppose given us the recognition that we sometimes that we duly deserve. I want to welcome our other elected representatives, Eamon O'Keefe TD and John O'Mahony TD, and indeed Patsy O'Brien, who had to go to another engagement earlier this morning. There's just two or three things that I think is important to acknowledge. One is the fantastic work that the Festival Committee has done since its inception in 2010, and that goes down in no small way to Pat Luskin and Paddy Rock, and I think they deserve a round of applause. I want to acknowledge the fantastic work that the Rural Social Scheme done under the directorship of Trevor Grimes over the last week, and obviously once this project got underway, time was of the essence, and right up till yesterday evening, I must say what has been completed here is a credit, and I want to thank them sincerely. The other thing that is important to point out, and I think that it's something that we should do going forward, and the committee has been in touch with me on a regular basis about it. We took it somewhat forward prior to the last local elections, but I think it's time to reinvigorate the concept of twinning South Mayo and Cong with Winterset in Iowa, the birthplace of John Wayne. That was adopted by the local area council some time ago. I think that it's now time to take that forward. There is funds available at local level for cooperation arrangements like that. I think that that can do huge work in relation to the development of tourism and cooperation in the area, and it's something that I pledge we will see through and get that firmly back on the agenda and have a formal arrangement in place, and I will drive that on over the next 12 months. Thanks for your time this morning, and thanks very much for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Damien. Thank you very much.
I'd like to ask Mr. John O'Mahony to say a few words, please. Welcome him to the new area, by the way, John.
You're welcome, John.
Thanks very much. Thank you for the invitation here this morning. Congratulations to the Festival Committee on wonderful teamwork that we see so much of around here. I was came here about a couple of hours ago, and I saw someone out picking litter when there was no litter to be picked, because you have a wonderful village. So well done for this presentation here this morning. To all my colleagues here, public representatives, we won't start naming each other because we know each other. We'll be seeing a lot of each other in the next year. But and particularly to Maria and to Ryan. Well done, Maria. You've been a wonderful ambassador for Mayo, for the country, obviously, as Rose Tralee. And you've done many gigs around the place that nobody ever hears about, coming to schools and so on, and I've heard it at first hand, the impression you've made. You really have done fantastic. To Ryan Tubridy, I said to you this morning, Ryan, before this morning ever, you have always mentioned the west of Ireland. We sometimes have hang-ups about poor old west, and we think that you people up there don't when you move out to the Pale, that you forget about us. You haven't. You mention it on all occasions, and if you could convince a few more of your friends up there in that centre of power to remember the West, that would be good. Well done to both of you. You're brilliant ambassadors. Congratulations. I see some Galway jerseys and I see some Mayo jerseys. Well done to Galway last night, and I have no doubt that the people with the Mayo jerseys are on a mission today later on, so the best of luck to you. So every success to the Festival Committee, to all the tourists around here. I have many friends here, and well done. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Just about I'd like to thank Willie McHugh there. I see Willie is there with the Mayo jersey on him. So Willie's been very good to Cong, reporting wise. Willie works with the Mayo News, and he's also on the Radio Times. Very, very good to Cong as well. So thank you, Willie.
I'd like to welcome Eamon O'Keefe, another man local, back the road, not too far away. Eamon, at the whole, took the focal.
He's in our side now, Paddy, is he?
Actually, it was me that's getting to your territory, not John. We come to Mayo here, not
That's all right. That's all right.
It's the Galway counters coming in, Paddy.
That's all, yeah.
Ended it as a favour for me. He knew I hadn't enough votes over on the other side, and he had
I see. Look at you know what it's like.
I know, it's very hard now here.
You came through Lucan some years ago.
I did, yeah. Yourself, myself, and Ryan Tubridy have it all together. We had sense to come west. But to the Mayor of Cong, John Joe, and obviously congratulations to Michael Holmes. I've known Michael Holmes for a long, long time, and we've fought over many sheep between Galway and Mayo. But I would like to congratulate him on being Mayor of County Mayo, and to thank Damien Ryan for the fantastic job he did representing the county during the last year. It's great to be here also with John O'Mahony, and John, it'll be Galway Mayo for the All-Ireland. There's only 3 more matches to play. There'll be a doddle for both sides, and it'll be Galway Mayo and the All-Ireland, and that'll cause a big, big problem for us. Just to say, it's fantastic to be in Cong here today, and to Pat and the Festival Committee. Cong is always a fun place, but it's also a very, 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 very unique place. I think without exception, probably the most beautiful place in the country. It's certainly the nicest village, I think, anywhere in Ireland. And it's great to be here. And to all the people who come to visit, I hope you have a great time around the area here. And don't mind about the weather. We'll keep you cool. You'll never get too hot around Ireland. And just to say, I think this is a great idea, Paddy. It does take the Dubs to come up with all the good ideas.
Well, don't go down that line, please. I have to leave the village.
So do I.
I'm in the back of the route.
But just to say, it's a fantastic development. And to the lads on the Rural Social Scheme, the work done by the Rural Social Scheme around the country is absolutely fantastic. The skills they bring to everything is really, really worthwhile. Agus cohort chusleep. So ni era mission is mo akul mila falte, Kate mila falte go cholone, go congadio, agus ganairi and boher le moyo and yo he's in Aishligach. Good mil market.
Just earlier there, just like to thank Stephen Murphy also. He's around there. He always helps us out in any event like this or any festival. He's always there to play music for us. So well done, Stephen.
No, we get on with business in hand. The hands, or should I say, what is the business in hand? What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, we may as well, Paddy.
Our first recipient of the Hands of Fame Award, as we said earlier on, is Mr. Ryan Tubridy. Unfortunately, I suppose due to circumstances beyond our control last year, we couldn't present him with his hands, or get him to unveil his hands, but thankfully he has joined us along with Maria this year. He started broadcasting, this gentleman, would you believe, at the age of 12. 12 years of age.
Yeah.
Years and years and years and years
ago. You're right, Maria.
He was reviewing, some of you may remember, books for Paparama with Ruth Buchanan. And he got, I think at the time it was £25, was it?
Yeah, £25. Still have it.
Still have it. And I tell you that he has, because we couldn't get it out of his pocket last night. And I tell you, when Ray McHugh couldn't get it out either, it won't be got out.
I went straight to Noel. And I got it out of Noel's pocket.
He comes from political stock himself, and the Andrews family, I suppose, and the lineage down through the years, and so we're no stranger to politics. Unfortunately enough, I met Noel Kelly last night, and Noel was the man, I think, trying to put an end to Ryan departing our shores and heading for the BBC to replace Mr. Jonathan Ross, I think, at some stage, Ryan. I think that was the plan. Fortunately, Noel Kelly just didn't let you go, and we're delighted. Noel, well done. You held on to him on the shores. He's hosted the Full Irish, I suppose, on True FM over his years. He's hosted the Rose of Tralee. He's written 2 books, JFK in Ireland, and of course the second book is The Irish Are Coming, and the Irish are always coming, aren't they? They're always in charge. Several wins at the Media Awards, and was named as one of the 21st century icons, so it's not a bad achievement, I think.
Yes.
Yes, you are, not a bad achievement.
Voted by my mother.
Oh, Mammy voted by you. Well, we hope, I suppose, here today that this is a trophy award that you're going to get from us will rank highly among your media awards, and we'd like you to come forward. We have your trophy award, I think, here.
This is an absolutely brilliant piece, also done by the sculptor that did the statue, Mark Road. He did sculpture of the White Man as well. Mark Road, absolutely brilliant, and also Mark did the hands, which you'll see later on. This is unique, so it is, very unique. Well done, Ryan.
We hope that will assist nicely upon your yes, your masterpiece. Yes, please do.
Thanks, Paddy.
That is it.
Should be on you.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
She's on.
The other way around, the other way, yeah.
You spoiled the party.
Now, I'm so unused to microphones.
Yeah, indeed.
Isn't that a beautiful piece of sculpture, by the way? It's really
absolutely
thank you so
brilliant.
much. Thank you. That's a real honour. Thanks, Paddy. I was about, I'd say, maybe 19 years old, working in RTE, maybe 20, and I got a phone call from P. Rock, lately of Dublin and currently of Clonbur/Cong, and he said, we're doing a festival in Cong, which you can then do reports. I was only a cub reporter. I had my second shave that day in my life, and I came down to this gorgeous village. And I subsequently had the pleasure of interviewing Maureen O'Hara a couple of times, and I have at home a signed photograph of Maureen O'Hara with her in her heyday in the black and white. Beautiful thing. And little did I think that many years later I'd be here beside this gorgeous sculpture, Paddy and the lads came up to RT. I put my hand in cement. It took me a month and a half to get rid of the cement, but because of events I couldn't come here before, and my thoughts are with the family that had a bereavement before. But here we are today, many months later, with Maria, who I'm of course playing second fiddle to. Obviously, when Maria gets into a picture with me, I ruin it, and she is a great representative of not only the province and the county and the area, but also of Ireland. I think I'd love to pay tribute to her today to say congratulations. You are an amazing person, great personality, great fun, and bold as brass, as your parents will tell you. But there must be something in the air, or indeed in the water. Mayo produces the best roses that ever existed.
Very well said, Ryan.
And for that reason, among others, I find myself drawn to Mayo a lot. And whether it's Ashford Castle and the amazing staff there, whether it's Lydon's, or whether it's every pub in Cong that I went to see last night on a research mission, just to make sure the glasses were clean. That's all. We went home eventually, but we had a lovely evening. And every time I come here, I'm struck by a number of things. And the key word, as our political friends have been saying, is community. Because somebody mentioned the post office, and somebody mentioned the bookshop, and somebody mentioned whoever plays the music or makes the gazebo appear. They don't just happen, or grows the flowers. It's a community, and it's an effort. And if you close down the post office, or the garda station, or the library, or the bookshop, there's no community. So it's so important that our political friends know that. We have to keep these places open, because they're the lifeblood of any community. And thanks to the likes of Paddy and our friends here we are today dragging smart asses like me from Dublin to come down to beautiful places like this to say hello and to say thank you. So it was mentioned that I often talk about the West on the radio or on the television. It's only because I love it. It's not fake. You can't, Irish people will tell you quickly enough, as I've been slagged from left to right here today, and rightly so. Your wings will always be clipped when you're in Ireland. But for the right reasons. And I talk about the West because it fills my heart, and I love it. I relax here, I have fun here. People are nice to see Arthur there. Good morning, Arthur. You saw me enough ice streams down through the years. And as you can see, for all the effect they've had on me. They always give me the sugar-free ones, obviously. But it's just a gorgeous part of the world. And we were talking at length last night of how, if you ever stay in Ashford Castle, I have the privilege of staying in Ashford Castle, all local staff, all friends from around the place, and you can go there one day and Robert will introduce you to his son, or somebody will introduce you to their daughter or their niece, and you come down the town, you might meet some of them, some of the lads who've been working there or having a pint here, and it's just generations, and all staying here. And I spoke to George Gibbons in New York recently. I went to his pub for a pint, and here's him, he's a great guy. I spoke to him on the phone one day. He said, "Geez, fair play to you last night, that interview you did on the Late Late Show." I said, "Yeah, great, I might meet you later for a pint." And he said, "No, I can't, I'm in New York." But he was watching the Late Late Show in New York. I thought it was great, but still hadn't forgotten the Irish bit. And when I was in Gibbons in New York, in Queens, it's all about Mayo. It's all about Cong still. And he sent me a text saying, "Good luck in Cong." And I thought it was gorgeous, the connection. And now Philadelphia is about to be represented here in 2 minutes' time. So it's a global story, but all roads lead to community. And I just want to say thank you for keeping the story alive and keeping this. If you're from another part of the world, by the way, as you can probably see, your man's from the television, anyone can get on the box here in Ireland. But I just want to ask this girl to give me this last. Can I ask you, what's your name? What is her name? Elia. Elia's giving me this sign. Because whatever happens this year, lads, I've gone to Croke Park to watch Mayo several times. And the odd time I go home with a spring in my step. But all too often I go home with a heavy heart. So could we just, for 1 year, make this happen?
Hello, Ryan.
Make this happen. Because
Janjo, what do you think?
you deserve it.
Janjo?
You deserve it more than any of them. So thank you, Elia, for that sign. And I'll say thank you for the lovely sculpture that's going to take pride of place at my home. I can't wait to show my girls. They'll have a good laugh at me for that. But it's been lovely to see you all here and last night and today. And thank you for your hospitality, your warmth of welcome, and continuing generosity. And I look forward to seeing you for years and years and years. And I wish you all very well. And I'd love to introduce now the tremendous Rosa Trulli, Maria.
There's Maria. We go back a good bit, Maria, don't we?
We do. You used to shout at me, similar to Ryan. I have amazing stories from this neck of the woods. I grew up in Shrew, only over the road. You used to shout at me many times from the sideline.
That was encouraging you, Maria. That was encouraging you.
Shouting.
That was the football.
Once you hit the over 16 age for the Neil ladies, the nice words become swear words. So I moved from midfield to centre back to sideline, back to
everywhere around the pitch.
Far forwards.
As I said, she played from her heart. She did, and you can see why she's the rose.
I love when people say that, because that means I was a horrible football player.
Yeah, no, you had a few skips. The ones I taught you. So yeah. Maria was born in Boston. She was raised in Shrule, wasn't she? And her parents Vincent over here. So they are. And she attended school in Hertford up in Hertford, in the school in Hertford. She actually was sitting beside my son for a long time in the class, so she was Doran. Aren't you, Maria?
We were the troublemakers.
Oh yeah, you were very good. As again, she played football with the Neil ladies, so she did, and she did a bit of underage with the county as well, so she did, I think, under 14, under 16, Maria. So she mustn't be so bad, John Joe. She mustn't be so bad at the old football when she got to the ladies team, the county team. We spoke earlier on and she gave us the brown envelope and the whole lot. There's a bit of an incident there with Paddy going back years ago as well, but it's still not finalised. She still has it in her heart that she's going to get the money off Paddy. Well, we'll have to get him asleep some night and take it out of his pocket. So that's the way we're going to get it, so we are. Maria, you're managing a company in Philadelphia.
I work as a studio manager to a fashion brand called Anthropology.
Oh, good.
And I moved to Philadelphia about 3.5 years ago after a 2-year stint in New York. It became home, and then I threw my name into this amazingly traditional institute called the Rose of Tralee, and I always had 2 terms and conditions growing up, like many of our young people here. We grew up watching the Rose of Tralee, so I always had 2 terms and conditions. One was to represent Mayo, because that's the best county in the country, or the next place I called home.
Yeah, and I see Marie here, one of your best songs is The Green and Red of Mayo, the Saw Doctors.
Indeed. I think it's a bit too early to break out the song quite yet.
It is indeed.
I'll save the Mascore's ears.
With that, I'm going to ask Patrick to represent Maria with her Chauffeur Award. So she is. So it's a different colour. We have silver for the ladies.
Oh, lovely.
So we have. Absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Pat. This is absolutely brilliant. Just there for the cameras, Patrick and Maria. I said it's silver. We're going to keep it kind of different for the ladies, Paddy, are we?
I think we keep this. We'll ask the ladies. Ladies, what do you think? Do you think we should stay with silver?
Yeah.
What we would like you all to do, and Maria has agreed to wait on with Ryan and help us for next year, is if you email congfestival.com with your suggestions of who should be next year's recipient, we'd be delighted to. We'll answer all emails that come in, won't we, Robert?
I thought I was getting that, Paddy. Huh? Change your mind again, have you?
I think so, yeah. Lord, I'm not getting it.
Here, but look, here, Ryan, will you take this?
Do you want me to do something?
Just give him the brown envelope, he's happy.
Yeah.
So that's what we'd like you to do. We need your help to make next year's recipient, so you'll stay on and give us a hand.
Yeah, indeed.
I just want to say, Ryan Tubridy, dare I say, I'm going to give him a little compliment. He spoke so beautifully, and I just have a few things to add to it. Linking back to the terms of community, I think it's such a beautiful thing on a Sunday morning that we see so many young people out. So can we give a huge bula bus to the many, many parents and all the kids that they brought today to be a part of this celebration. I was recently in Tanzania about 2 weeks ago, and their community is so driven by tradition and culture, and I remember thinking as I was flying home, I wish we celebrated that more, and there's no better village and no better area than indeed Cong, under the guidance of Paddy, Ray and Pat, and we're so grateful to them really for opening the town and ensuring that tourists continue to come, and ensuring that the people that live here and live very, very close, like the people in Shrule, are always welcome here. So it's an absolute honour to be the first Rose of Tralee, a part of this great celebration, to be a woman of Shrule, to be a football player, a bad football player, right? Who used to play over the road, and I'm so very, very grateful to have come from such a great area. So thank you very, very much again. I would like to pay a special thanks to the beautiful sculptor and artist. I think Ireland is known for its young designers, and indeed we should pay Mark another special Bula bus because he really did so much work to ensure that these creations were kept. So a huge round of applause for him. Again, picking up from the lovely round Tubridy tubs. It's lovely to see all our political party members here, and may our communities continue to grow and prosper over the next couple of years. Again, I always finish my few words by a few famous sentences called Mayo for Sam 2015. I'm feeling confident this year when we see many people, particularly young, in Mayo jerseys. I know the sustainable cycle is continuing. William McHugh, I'm feeling confident this year. May you continue to write and may we continue to pray. I would highly recommend all of you to go to Mass right after this and say a few words and prayers and light a few candles for against Sligo. But again, Paddy, thank you very, very much. I think this town and indeed Clonbur in this area would be lost. We've been joking for the last number of months, indeed number of years, that you owe me about €500 at this point. It started off at 5. He told me he'd pay me if I picked rubbish in Shrew after the Culture Festival when I was about 12. Me being the young entrepreneur that I was, I said, give me the trash bags. And I'll run around. There seems to be some confusion whether my father got paid on my behalf.
It's alleged.
It's alleged, or whether Paddy was just being Paddy Rock, the pale man, and forgetting to pay me. But the brown envelope is in my pocket, Paddy, and we shall continue to joke about it and maybe fight over the next couple of years. To Jennifer Rock, for making my face up this morning. I love, like I said, just linking on to the entrepreneurship. I love when I see young people really trying to grow their business, and thank you very, very much for seeing me this early. Unfortunately, I don't wake up looking as gorgeous like this, but Jennifer put her hard work into use, so I appreciate that. Again, thank you, lads. We had the crack last night. Seeing all the community members. I left them at a lovely hour, and you know there's devilment when a couple of men get together and the pints of Guinness and the music go going, and Ryan Tubridy is putting on a Mayo accent. It was bad. And considering I don't drink, I'm a very, very proud pioneer. I thought, you know, there's a time and a place. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens if next.
He was really only checking out the glasses, Maria. He did explain himself. He wanted to see how clean they were when they get to the bottom.
But I will finish on. No, Kelly, I know you're somewhere here. Thank you very, very much for being a very good friend to me. Mr. Ryan Tubridy and I met last September. When he foolishly allowed me to come onto the show for the first time, and I was so grateful. We made 3 appearances this year. They were very stuck for guests, you see, and the Rosa Tree is extremely proud to be a part of the Late Late, which is another institution. So thank you very much. You've been a great friend, and I really appreciate it. Yeah. Come on, Mayo.
Thank you, Maria.
Maria, you might stay with us.
Maria, stay with us.
Stay with us for the moment.
We'd like to come down here with us and unveil Ryan's hands, which is the nearest one to you. So, Ryan, we get you down here. This is Ryan's hands here. Sorry, Elizabeth. This is the first hands they're unveiling of Ryan Tubridy's, which is the nearest one to Maria. Maria is going to do that, yeah. So, Ryan, you just have a look at us and see. You watch. Here we are. Let's have a look. There we are. Ryan Tubridy in bronze. There, is it his, Maria? It is?
Yeah. Brian, I suppose as the first recipient of the Cong Hands of Fame Award, we'd like you now to, if you want to say a couple of words, and then...
Yeah, I don't want to bore everyone to death, but there we have it, folks. My hands in bronze. Who knew? But what a pleasure and a privilege it is. So thank you so much, and I think we should keep going. Did we thank enough people today?
I think we should go now to young people.
Should we thank the kids for being all thanks to all the parents, children for coming today and for being so well behaved. And I hope we've got Mayo Jedward here, and I hope you all get a special treat on the way home from your parents, preferably a big bag of Skittles, so that you can stay awake for hours and hours and bounce off the car bus. All right, let's keep going. And now I shall unveil.
Right, we're going to unveil Maria's. Yeah. Let's have a look at it.
Ready? Let's do a countdown, will we? 3,
yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hey!
Rose and Turley, Maria Welch.
Are you a child? You've got little child hands. Anyway, that's the word. Very exciting.
Thank you very much. There's a few broken bones in my hands, as you can see, so I'm missing a few. Oh, it's great. It's so beautiful. It's such a special honour, and thank you very, very much, everybody, for coming out on a Sunday morning to join myself and the great Ryan.
Well done, Ryan. Well done, Maria. Mark Road. Is Mark Road here?
Mark, are you there?
Is Mark here anywhere?
This is the man behind
The man who worked the hardest.
Come in and join us, Mark, please.
Man in here and join us.
Mark is the sculptor who created the statue behind you of John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara.
Is Mark Road?
Come on, Mark.
That's the Mark that did the sculpture behind you as well, the John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and also the bronze set of hands. Mark Road.
Would you like to say a few words? I know you're not a man of many, but...
Thanks to Paddy and Pat, we've done a bit of work over the last few years. It's been great to be involved with this lovely town, and thanks for coming out with us today.
Again, if you give us a few minutes, you can all come in and have a look at the hands with Ryan and them kind of just move away for a while, and you can come in and have a look at them. They're absolutely fantastic. Very well done, and may it long continue, Paddy. We have a few scrolls that the Mayor, where's the Mayor? Is the Mayor here?
What we'd like to do now at this stage is to ask the Mayor of Cong, John Joe McGrath, to bestow the first time ever, it's never been done, the freedom of Cong on Ryan, Tubridy and Maria. So John Joe, would you read out that for us, please?
Oh, there you are, Ryan. And there's your stick for the ducks.
Well, now I forgot we were getting the freedom as well. I cannot wait to take my ducks. Oh, you're going to tell me?
Here, John's going to tell you what it is.
Freedom of the village of Cong. It's known that pursuit of the powers invested in me by the people of Cong, I hereby bestow on Ryan Tubridy the freedom of the village of Cong. The freedom of the village conferred upon you the right to graze your goats in the village, the right to bear arms below the elbows, the obligation to defend the good name of the village at all times and in all places. This scroll has been awarded, and the bronze cast of your hands have been placed upon the Cong hands of famed Hall Wall in recognition of your admission to the freedom of Cong, signed and sealed on the 19th day of July 2015. Thank you, Mark.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Ryan. Now we have one also for Maria. So we have.
Oh, hang on a second there. Who's getting a stick as well?
You got the ladies one, Maria. Oh, you got the ladies one, Maria.
Now that is again. Let me settle down. You're like two children, God bless you.
Right, John, has another scroll here for Maria.
Mine is bigger than yours. Yes, then again.
Freedom of the village, be it known in pursuit of powers invested in the people of Cong, I hereby bestow on Maria Walsh the freedom of the village of Cong. The freedom of the village confers upon you the right to graze your ducks in the village, the right to bear arms below the elbow, the obligation to defend the good name of the village at all times and in all places. This scroll has been awarded, and the bronze cast of your hands has been placed upon the Cong hands of fame wall. In recognition of your admission to the freedom of Cong, signed on the 19th day of July 2003.
Hello. Maria.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Well done to both of you. We've went for a photograph there.
And there, John, there between them.
Wave it above your head and defend the honour of Cong. Sorry.
Right, there's Ryan Tubridy and Maria.
Patrick with this.
Maria Welch, there's Michael Holmes, is there, and John Joe, and Jamie and a few more of them there as well.
Thank you.
So we get you all in there for a photograph in a minute. Very well. Again, thank you. Ryan and Maria, we have to bring you to the garden next door for your ducks.
Oh yes, the ducks.
So yeah, we have to bring you next door for your ducks.
Let's go and see
So if you make your way out on the road down here, Ryan. And while we're at the Ducks, you're welcome to have a look at the hands here. So we're going to walk out here with Maria and Nick, and we have the few Ducks here. So we have.
Good, how are you doing? Good, Jim. How was things?
Good now.
Good.
Great day.
Jesus, fantastic day, isn't it?
Is I fit?
Just about.
Now, we got a very careful these Ducks. Ryan, who's Maria? Who's Mr. Maria? So we have.
Thanks very much.
Now, Ryan, the thing you have to do here, if you let out the Ducks, you've got to be able to put them back in.
Oh, okay.
You've got to be able to put them back into the cage. So, yeah, you're right, Maria, but the thing is, Maria, you've got to put the Ducks back into the pin. If you don't put them in, the freedom will come and gone up. That is. Yeah, hold on the store.
Yeah, I didn't know it was the only one, but I love that sign. Here we go. I will never.
They're not. Easy now. Easy now. I know they're ready to catch these Ducks that you fly away.
Definitely not.
Oh, Mike, we have to let them out to get them back in.
What's your notice to
Now, here we are. Here we are. Here's our Ducks out now. That is. Now.
I'm going as quick as I can.
Don't crack, I go as quick as I can. Now. Hold on, I will let them out of it first, Maria, so you gotta let them out of it. Oh, don't let them out on the road, because if they do, the lorries and the buses might run over them. Make sure they don't get out on the road anyhow, alright. Make sure they don't get out on the road. Yeah, now. Now, here, hold it. Easy. Oh, well done. Hey! Well done. Yeah, the freedom of town is on them. They can look after their Ducks and they can graze their Ducks.
Michael Holmes, 10 out of 10 for penning there, I'd say.
By the way, the Ducks are for sale.
Michael Holmes, 10 out of 10 for penning.
There is a Chinese restaurant here.
No, there's no Chinese. I'm not going to say after right either. So yeah.
Maria, how going to have a go?
She's was there already. She put him in already with him.
She's done it.
Yeah.
That wasn't Ryan, no.
Yeah, no. So again, well done. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Maria. Good to see you. Thank you. Good to have you. That is. Well done. Yeah, if you want a photograph with Ryan and Maria, it's €5 each. We have to get the money from Maria. We have to get the money somewhere from Maria. No, anyone wants photographs on there that feel free. They're going to browse around and you can get photographs with them so you can. So we might bring them back to the statue here again and you can get photographs of there with the hands and things like that.
We would ask you just please with children be careful on the road.
Yeah, just be careful out the road again.
Okay, how are we going?
Right, so then we get Maria and then... Yeah, did you sign that thing here?
Marty.
Once again, thank you, gentlemen, who helped out with the event.
BC Radio. The solution to all of life's problems.